Bye, Chris. After a 2-0 defeat, just give me your assessment first.
Just another frustrating afternoon. It's open play. Thought it was really even. I think the quality of our play, the patterns is improving vastly. I don't really think we were in any duress at any point through the game. I felt like build out play was spot on. As I say, sort of movement into midfield and getting the balls into those wide areas really good. I think the detail for us now needs to come in terms of the final third. The movements, decision making, crosses, etc. But there's a lot to take away from that performance. It was miles better from last week. And that just further adds to the frustration from last week, really, because if we zipped the ball around last week like we did today, we'd have had a much better afternoon. So the positive there is that we know that the girls can do it. They're all bought in, and it actually does work as well. So there's things that we can take away and work on that. It's same old story, unfortunately. It just feels like it's a repeating pattern, doesn't it? It's set pieces. I have to say we have done a lot of work on them this week, and I think by and large what we've done has addressed the issue. So again, it's more the volume of set pieces that we're giving away. But in terms of how we dealt with them today, a lot better. But the issue you've got when you're getting towards double digits is you can defend 8, 9, 10 perfectly. But then the concentration element comes into it, and only one or two goes wrong, and it does result in goals, unfortunately. The second one, we made a decision to leave a few extras out to try and hit on the break. 1-0 down with 5 minutes to go, or whatever it is. There wasn't a great deal left on the clock, so it was a gamble. We were trying to back ourselves to go and just deal with that, and then try and hit Hednesford on the counter. And unfortunately, we just got caught ball watching. We didn't follow the ball in, and it was it was pretty straightforward back post header for them in the end. So again, same story, two set pieces, but we said afterwards there was a lot of positives there. That was a much more mature, assured performance. So we'll take a lot of the positives that we can away from it. We've got a few players coming back next week that will help, especially with the final third issues. And then obviously it was Ellie's last game for a couple of months now because she's gone off travelling, so we're going to miss her. It was good to sort of see her get one run out before the season's done for her. So we'll move on.
And I suppose that's, again, you've touched on it quite a lot. I suppose that's the most frustrating part, is the fact that you don't look too threatened when in open play.
No.
You're in and around the areas, and you're keeping your shape. Your organisation's brilliant. It's just that final little bit of element now to sort of improve. But
yeah.
I think that testament to the girls' attitude in terms of out of possession, in their own shape, but then just trying to defend the corners a little bit more better.
Yeah. It's I've said to them that there's no point in being down about it and beating ourselves up about it. It's we're basically having to do pre-season as the season's going. It's been a massive amount of change at this club. We are in a good position, believe it or not. We're in a really good position off the pitch, so what the resources that we've got, the facilities that we've got, and the support that we've got from the top down, the sporting director, the chairman, are massively behind it. We'll be in a great position next season no matter where we are. So there is a lot to look forward to, and I think the girls are massively bought in, and this is what we've been asking for now. We're just kind of seeing if you're bought into it, if you're willing to sort of do the things that we're asking you to do, buy into the culture, buy into the philosophy, and it feels like they are. There's a lot of positives. It's we are where we are, and we're not going to get too sort of downbeat about it. We're just gonna do the right things, and we're very much looking forwards, game by game. Can we get the improvements? We've got the beauty of the little break from league with the cup. Whenever that game gets played, so we'll play those games with absolutely zero fear. It's at home against Solihull, so we'll just take all the shackles off there and we'll just give it a right old go, and we'll see where we get to with that. But no one's going to be too downbeat here, mate.
And just moving on, obviously there's no game planned at the moment for next week, so the next test in hindsight is Burton Albion away. So what sort of test are you expecting that one, or is there any sort of plans you're thinking of ahead of next week?
Well, like I said, we'll have a few players back, which are going to make a massive difference to us. it's the goals have dried up a little bit, and that will be addressed very quickly because the players that are coming back from their little mini breaks and whatnot are going to be a massive added addition for us. Keely's come back and made a sort of debut again for us today. She's just shored up that back line massively. Great communicator. So we look really solid. We look really solid in possession and in general terms. So in terms of Burton, we're gonna give it absolutely everything. For me personally, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, I feel like that's an opportunity for us to go and get a result that we're due. And if the girls play the way that they have today, and that they were doing against Shifnal and Port Vale to a point, I feel like we can go and deliver that. So for me, I think it's very much it's a case of going and getting what we deserve. Like I said, there's no disrespect meant in that, but for us, I think it's time to go and turn a lot of this frustration. Someone's going to be on the end of one from us, and I want it as soon as possible. If we can sort of friendly out in between time, we will, because I think the more pitch time that we've got to kind of work on things will just help us. Like I said, we're looking very much to the future, and we're looking forwards, not backwards. And there's no woe is me story involved in this. So yeah, we'll see if we can get something sorted. We know we've got a couple of offers for something in the midweek, which might work nicely. So we might use that instead. But if not, we'll get the 4 training sessions in, and then we're going over to Burton to kind of go and make a point. So yeah, we'll see where we go.